What's up, Internet? My name is Matt, and this is the Year of the Kilt, and it is week 42. It's actually like 2 days after I filmed the week 41's video. I was late last week. I'm going to be early this week as penance. So it's almost like a 2-for-1 week. It is snowing. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. It's snowing. It is our first snow of the season. And so, for the first time in the fall-winter season, I've got my big damn socks on, all the way up, baby. Oh yeah, big socks. I got these particular socks from Kilts, although I am searching for a new source of socks. Specifically, really big, knee-high, thigh-high. You know, if you're gonna be out romping around in the snow, you got a big socks. It's the only way people are like, oh my god, aren't you cold in the kilt? No, I got big fucking socks on. They're the same thing as pants, except they don't restrict my nether regions. So it's snowing and it's cold and it's magnificent. I love the cold. I love the snow. I live for it. I first got inspired to do a Year of the Kilt when I wore a kilt out on a day like today on an adventure, and was just thrilled with how wet and snowy and magnificent and yet still surprisingly warm I was in the kilt. And today's topic is not just snow, because you can only talk about snow for so long before everyone gets bored, although I do love snow, is homemade kilts. I think most dudes that I know that wear kilts, and there are very few of them, have at least attempted to make one themselves along the way. And so I am going to show you one of my homemade kilts that I'm going to wear today. It was made out of an old wool blanket of some variety. I think it's wool. It's really warm. And this is it. I've got it box pleated. Let's see if I can see my box pleats. They're somewhere in there. But it's just a really thick, nice blanket that is sort of finished on one edge. I made that edge the bottom. And I don't wear it very many times in a year, but I think it pulls off the general kilt aesthetic, and it's also incredibly warm. It's like 5.5 or 6 yards of fabric that I box pleated on my mom's sewing machine when I was like 18. And I only ever wear it on snowy days like this, and it's very warm and only minimally itchy. Generally, I wear a base layer of some kind. I've got a video about that sometime in the past, about wearing like a sarong or something underneath it to kind of serve as a base layer to keep you warm and to keep you from getting all itchy and gross. The sarong that I used to use has since died. It's sort of shredded because I use it during the summer as a shade and whatever, and I use it in the winter as a under layer anyway. So I don't really have a base layer right now. I'm gonna have to go find one. I was talking to a guy who was talking about like making me one, and I don't ever know what happened to that, so hopefully he will watch this video and be shamed into making me one. I'm not above public humiliation. Guilt. So no base layer today on this kilt, but you know what? It's warm. With the socks and the warm kilt, I'll be set today. I'm going to be out shoveling when I get to work to clear the sidewalks, because that's a thing, and it won't be a problem. It stays relatively dry even out while it's actively snowing like it is today, and I don't expect there to be a problem. But I'm very curious to hear from you people what kind of homemade kilt you have experimented with, you've made. Have you made one for somebody else? Have you sold them in mass? I don't know. It seems like most of the kilt companies I've been talking to kind of got into it by accident. And while I don't plan on starting a kilt company because I'm not that good at sewing, I'm actually really bad at sewing, as you can see in my original workman's repair video. Maybe I'll link that. It's really bad. So I don't sew, but when I'm motivated, I have the ability to sew, and this particular kilt came out acceptable, I should say. So if you've done it how did it go? What kind of pattern did you use? How did you pleat it? How much fabric did you use? Where'd you get the fabric? I'm just interested in that kind of stuff. I don't think I'm going to be making any more, but you know, out of curiosity, I think most of us have been there or at least thought about it. You know, especially when you're looking at the prices for kilts, like, oh, $1,300, that's crazy. And I'm all about, you know, the olden kilts, the great kilt, whatever, where you have to pleat it yourself, but that gets to be kind of a pain in the ass in the morning, every morning. So having it something with pleats sewn in is usually pretty nice. Anyway, curious to hear about your homemade kilt shenanigans, if any, and or you've ever been there, if that exists. I'm gonna go play in the snow, brush off my car, and generally, I don't know, start my day, I suppose. So until next week, I am Matt, and this is the Year of the Kilt, and I'll see ya.